Okay, so let's just try to test the sound. And let's see. Perfect. So it's working properly. So now we're gonna be talking about the field curve node. That is like a really interesting and like easy to use node. So basically, what we just need to see here is that, well, first of all, we're gonna just delete this, and we're gonna add, yeah, we're gonna be adding like a curve. So let's just add it, and that's it. Now we have the curve, and let's just try to check the rest of the node. So basically, we're gonna go to geometry nodes, and in there we're gonna be creating a new geometry node, and um, we're gonna just add this this node that is here. So we just have to um, find it. It's here. So we just have to place a curve, and the result, as you can see, it's gonna be a mesh. So here it's gonna, you just have to be entering a curve, and you're gonna get a mesh. Okay, and this mesh can be like made by triangles. So if we, for example, um, try to check the wireframe of this, let me uh, just find it. Okay, so let me check. So we just have to activate the wireframe. Just let me find it. Let me find it. Oh, let me see what is going on here. Okay, there you go. So we can also like try to activate it. Like, let me see where is the wireframe? Oh, here. So let's just activate it. Okay, so now we have the wireframe activated, and as you can see, what it did is that it just like created a lot of different triangles. So uh, this is going to be really important for the topology of the mesh. So so you just have to be aware of that, okay? So there's always going to be like triangles here if you choose this option, okay? But let's just try to check what happens if we click on end guns. So what this is going to do is that it's going to create like a whole um, Okay, so the next thing is gonna be that we're just gonna be like trying to check on this. Um, so next thing is gonna be that we're just gonna be so for example, if we see the manual of Blender, we're gonna be able to see that it gives you a little bit of more information about this node. So let me just find it. And there you go. So here's the manual, and it says like the fill curve node generates a mesh using the constraint Delaunay triangulation algorithm with the curves as boundaries. So basically, what it says is that it has like some type of triangulation that is this one. Yeah. So for example, if we um, try to search for it and um, here we're gonna be seeing that this is a triangulation that it's talking about. Okay, and basically the thing is that it is just like um, creating a lot of different triangles and making that shape from those triangles. Okay, and so if we or well, not from those triangles, but like from that triangulation, because it also can create n-gons. But from that triangulation. Um, and so the curves are boundaries. So basically, it has the shape of the curve, and the mesh is only generated flat with a local s with a local c of 0. So that's why we couldn't like see the shading, the difference of shading, because the mesh is always going to be generated flat. So that's basically the thing that you have to keep in mind, that you're gonna have a flat mesh. Of course, if you want to like make some changes, like you can like after that, for example, try to go here, and now it is a mesh, so you can just add some sort of mesh um, geometry node. So for example, like it could be I don't know. Let me see if we can find something to extrude. Let me see. Oh, hmm. Well, the thing is that if we find the right node that we're going to try to check on it, like in another time. But if we find the right node, we can extrude that, and we can like have a now like a different shape. Like um, because this is now a mesh. So, like let's try to just use I don't know, subdivide mesh or something like that. You see that now it has like more subdivisions, and it's because, well, it's working because it is a mesh. You see, so you have to keep that in mind when you want to work with this. Okay, that now after you fill the curve, you're gonna have a mesh. Okay, so let's just keep going with this. There is this thing that the manual says that is like, now we're gonna be checking the properties. Okay, so in the properties we have that the mode, it's like the type of geometry, uh, the output consistent. So as I told you, that it is or triangles, so it's made up triangles, or n-gons. So it's just like vertex connected, but not with triangles or anything. So the shading is gonna be changing a little bit, because the connections are different. The outputs are like the filled in curves, but they're mesh now, so they're not curves anymore. And the examples, we can find them here. So it says that a single point spline can be used to customize the triangulation of the resulting mesh. So what this is trying to say is that basically, um, you can just like move the place where the triangulation is gonna be. So that is gonna generate some changes in the mesh. Okay, so let's just try to to check that. Okay, so we're gonna be let me just check. Um, so we're gonna just create another curve, but before that, we're just gonna uh, take this away. Let's just and we're gonna leave it like this. And now what it's saying is that if I add like a new curve with only one, let's just tab and say and curve, and we just need a curve with only one um with only one, let me check. Okay, let's just try it with this. But it says like it needs to be a curve with like with only 1 point. So that means that we just have to erase 1 point. Okay, we just have to take this other curve, this second curve. Like this is gonna be, we're gonna call it triangulation. Okay, so it's called triangulation. And well, what triangulation is gonna do is that it's gonna be just we're gonna go to edit mode, and there we can just so we have this part and this part, and so we have this one, we're gonna erase it. And now what um we have this point. Okay, so you're gonna be able to see that the result is gonna change according to this point. Okay, so let's just go back to the geometry node, and let's just go to the curve that we had. And so here is the point that we're talking about. Um, oh, what is going on here? This is the one. Okay, yeah, now we just got it. Okay, and the triangulation point is just like here. It's just that we can't see it, but if we go to edit mode, it's here. Okay, and let's just keep working on this. So let's try to check. And the manual basically says that we just need to use that for change the triangulation. So if, for example, we add a join geometry and add this object, so this is really interesting because normally join geometry isn't used like that, but here we can do that. So let's just add um, geometry, and it needs to be a single point because as you can see, we're going to be adding two curves. So what it's going to do is that it's going to be only doing it with the like it's going to take a reference the curve that only has 1 point. It's going to say like this is the curve for the triangulation, and the other curve is for the one that it's going to have that triangulation. So let's just go ahead and geometry, join geometry. This is it, perfect. So we just joined the geometry, and now we're gonna add the other object. So Shift A, input, and let's just object info. And this is gonna go here, and it's gonna be this one, triangulation. Okay, so I think it must work different now, but I'm not that sure. So let's just try to check the yeah, object info. Okay, so it needs to be like relative. Okay, so let's just go back to Blender and click on relative. Let's just see what okay, but it happens. I mean, like this is like a point of reference. You see, like the triangulation changes even when it's like the original. Um, yeah. So basically, like that's it. Oh, basically that's it. It joins. Okay, it joins the geometry. Like it sets that triangulation to the to that point. Okay, and I think that it might have like an if we try to duplicate this object. So Shift D and uh, let's just put this triangulation O1. Let's just grab it like here, for example. I think that it might work with both actually. So let's just try to check. We're just gonna Shift D this and we're gonna change it to triangulation O1 and let's just connect it. Yeah. So basically, every point, like every new point that you add, it's gonna be a triangulation point. You know, like a point of reference. So you can keep that in mind, in case you wanna like in case you want to fix the shape of this object. What else we can find? So we can also like here it says that a curved object with a single spline with a single point at the origin is joined with the star primitive to customize the triangulation. So it's basically what we just did, but with like some sort of star. And yeah, that's basically it. Every time that you add a single point object, you're gonna be having the triangulation modified. Okay. Mm, and here's like the example without the single point. So well, that's basically it in relation with this node with the fill curve node. So I hope this little tutorial was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great time. And see you soon. Bye bye.